97.3 Citi FM. Relevant radio, always.
Are you in court with any of the telcos? In other words, have you sued any of the telcos? Can you tell this committee what the facts are? And can you assure this committee, if it is the case that my investigation is accurate, how do you assure this committee and this nation that going to be the Minister of Communications, you'll be a neutral arbiter and you'll be fair to all the telcos in the sector?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. As I indicated earlier, I was working with Zain Telecommunications until 2009. And on 8th January 2009, I was handed a letter disengaging me from the services of the company, indicating that my public appearances in the media were becoming an embarrassment for the company. And so, since they ascribed a reason for that, I took them to the Human Rights Court, that they had infringed my right of free expression and association. So it's purely a human rights matter. It has nothing to do with the work they do or their professionalism or anything. For me, it's a human interest case. And but interestingly, there have been moves to settle that matter for a few months now, and I believe we're close to conclusion on that matter. So Zain is no longer working in this country. The company is Airtel, and they have nothing to fear from me. The actors have changed. The company has changed. The nature of the case is personal, it's not professional, and I will deal with them in a manner which is in the best interest of this country, and would assist them as a company to also grow. And so I don't see any potential problems or conflict, particularly if the initiatives to settle this matter out of court also come to fruition sooner than later, as I expect.
Let us be clear. The action you're pursuing, who is the defendant?
The defendant is MTC International Corporation, which was the parent company of Zain, which has sold its holdings in Africa to Airtel, and then Zain Ghana, which is no longer in existence as far as I know.
So, is the new owner in court with you, or is the old owners that are in court with you?
Well, the defendants are represented anytime we go to court.
But I want to be clear that the action, since the new owners took over, they have not been, it's still MTC, the action is against, is that right?
MTC and Zain Ghana.
Right, okay, that's clear.
But they are always represented in court.
Chairman, once the nominee is working subject to this committee and Parliament's approval to be the President's foremost person on advice on issues of communications, and the fact that she'll be working with these major players in the industry, will you consider abandoning this court action for a rapprochement to allow you to navigate well?
Oh, I believe that may even not be necessary in view of the state that negotiations have reached. So let's see how things go.
Chairman, let the nominee just make it unnecessary by assuring us that you let bygones be bygones. You are going into an industry which is a major contributor to Ghana's employment, tax revenue, and you want to start on a friendly note that each of them can walk to you, trusting that you mean well. Would you make this matter unnecessary?
Mr. Chairman, we've had a lot of conversations up to this point, and I'm sure, and I know that the current managers and the board members of the Airtel know that they have a friend in me. And so I don't think it will even be necessary. It may be overkill to do what Honorable Minority Leader is suggesting. The negotiations are very far advanced. I can assure you of that. Thank you.
97.3 Citi FM. Relevant radio, always.